So I've been studying tonight the Bible, the woman with the blood issue who touched Jesus's tassels and was healed by her faith. Some things I wanted to go over that I thought that I learned tonight was so I was asking God, why do women have periods anyways? There's got to be a purpose, right? And so I was researching and studying and praying. So in the Old Testament law, when a woman was on her period, she was considered unclean, and any object she touched was considered unclean. This was a ceremonial thing. This wasn't she was sinning because she had her period. Like, we can't help it. This was for ceremonial purposes. And in the Old Testament, a lot of these laws were to show the holiness of God, that to understand clean and unclean things, they can't mix. And there was there's imagery with life and death. I'm not very good at trying to explain that part, but basically, the women, when they were on their period and any object they touched, it was considered unclean, ceremonial, and so people wouldn't want to touch them. This woman was bleeding for 12 years. She would have been like a social outcast because nobody's going to want to touch her because she's considered ceremonial unclean. When she was healed, Jesus called her daughter. This gave her a new identity because she was no longer shamed. And instead of Jesus becoming unclean when he touched her, he made her clean. And so it reversed the pattern. Jesus makes the things that are unclean clean. Also, I find it very fascinating that Jesus seems to always be around the desperate, the sick, the brokenhearted. And it's because I believe, when you're at those points of a low point in your life, that you realize how much you need God. It's harder for the rich to find God because they're living a comfortable life. It's easy to not realize that you need God when things are going well for you, when you haven't been seeking Him. And so when things are low and you're desperate and you literally have nowhere else to turn, well, you realize you need something beyond yourself. So be thankful for the trials. They may not be fun, but they're worth it because they draw us closer to God, make us realize our need for Him, humble us to actually be able to receive Him.